So, we're going to go through the 5 dating rules that are destroying your chances at a relationship and talk about what you should do instead. Stop telling men that you don't do 50-50. Just stop saying it. Just like get that phrase out of your mouth. Because here's the thing real men, real provider men, don't care about that. And those men are going to take care of their families regardless of what the percentage is. So when you run around announcing that you don't do 50-50, you are scaring off the wrong types of men, the good men, the provider men, because now you have presented yourself as someone who only cares about money. And that might not be the case, right? You might be blurting that out because maybe your last relationship, you had to carry everything financially. So now you're like, I'm going to make sure that he knows that I'm not going to do 50-50, da da da. Just take a beat, take a second. There is only a certain type of man who is so hung up on 50-50. And it is either the man who can't afford to do anything but 50-50, the man who has some bad experience related to women. It's either related to his mother, he got his heart broken by a woman and he's obsessed with not being taken advantage of by women, or he is someone that has too much time on his hands and who spends all day listening to podcasts from men who fit the first 2 criteria and spend all of their time on their podcast telling other men never to pay all the bills for a woman. Those are the only 3 types of men that care about the 50-50 conversation. If that man is one of those 3 types, I guarantee you, he will bring it up first and he will rule himself out. Because with those types of men, that question is just like on the tip of their tongue. They're just waiting to like word vomit that out. Instead, spend a significant amount of time with the person that you're dating. Put yourself in various situations so you can see how they are financially, what their financial status is, how they feel about splitting finances with a partner, because either way, with time, they will reveal themselves. 2, dating for money. So I know we've all seen the trophy wife content. I love that content. If you're not sure what a trophy wife is regarded as like a woman who's like a status symbol for her husband. It was used as like a derogatory term, but I think a lot of women are trying to take the power back in this term. In today's age though, trophy wives are regarded as women who look pretty and marry rich husbands. If he's treating you right and all you want to do is be at home and look pretty, girl, I am all for it. What is happening though is that other women are trying to replicate that life, basically trying to date to find a rich man who will make them a trophy wife. And let me be clear. I'm not out here saying that you should be looking for broke men. But when you start to date people only for a specific purpose, in this case money, you start to ignore really big red flags. If you are laser focused on whether or not they have money, you are ignoring things that, should you end up with this person, can potentially make you miserable, and more importantly, could even put you in danger. There are certain things that you could ignore that literally could threaten your safety. You could be overlooking things like emotional unavailability, aggression, tempers, violence, cheating behavior, narcissistic behavior, personality disorders, mental health issues, all sorts of things that can literally be threats to your safety. And this is especially important if you are dating with kids. You have to be hyper vigilant, literally for the safety of your child and yourself. You cannot afford to be laser focused on one thing and ignoring other signs. You just can't do it. So my advice in this case is to spend significant time with the person so that you get a sense of who they are as a person. You will find out where they are financially, and also, just as importantly, how giving they are with their money. Because if they're wealthy but they're stingy, that also does nothing for you. So spend time with them, put yourself in different situations with them so you can get a real sense of how they are with their money. I see a lot of these dating gurus talking about stepping into a certain type of femininity. Be your black cat, be your dark feminine, be your cheetah, be your tiger, whatever else. Basically telling you how you should act to attract this type of man. You are spending so much time trying to force yourself into these different archetypes to attract a certain type of man. You're just not going to be able to maintain it. If you completely fake a personality to land someone, then revert back to your real personality and the person is upset, they're justified. Because you would feel tricked, right? If someone did that to you, and the person that you end up with may not want to stay with you if they realize that you have completely faked an entire person so that you could land them. At the same time though, I'm not going to tell you to just be yourself if the person who you are sucks. Be authentic, yes, but improve yourself as you need to improve. We should always be growing. We should never be stagnant. So instead of trying to become these female archetypes, the ice princess and all of these things, be confident. Never chase the man. Be yourself, but who you are should be constantly improving, evolving, and growing. You want who you are to be maintainable, not just a personality that you threw on like a hat that you know you'll probably only be able to keep up for at most a month. Number 4, never settle. So, what I'm realizing is that a lot of people are mistaking settling for compromising. You want to be with a man who makes 6 figures, but instead you meet a man who makes 65,000 a year, is really great for you in every other way, is working towards making more money, is working towards getting to that 6 figure mark. And you're not going to date him because that's settling. No, that's not settling. That's being unreasonable. I need a 6 figure man. I'm not going to settle. Well, then that's just foolish. You are blocking your blessings. Here's what I'm going to say. Don't ever settle for someone who does not treat you in a way that you don't deserve. Don't ever settle for someone who makes you feel badly, who makes you feel insecure, who does not bring out your best self. I will never tell you to just work it out with someone who does any of those things, or someone who does not support you or make you feel loved. I've been with my husband for almost a decade, and I'm going to tell you, compromise is at the heart of our relationship. Compromise and communication are the reasons why we have been together for almost 10 years, why we're raising 2 beautiful twins in a happy marriage, why we've raised 2 beautiful dogs in a happy marriage, because we've compromised. You have to compromise. So this never settle is creating a dating generation of people who don't know how to compromise, who don't even know what compromise is, and who are going to be walking away from good relationships because they think compromising is actually settling. Not everything is settling. You got to know the difference. Otherwise, you are going to be constantly chasing something. Every single happy, healthy relationship requires compromise. If you don't know how to do that, then you will not be someone who has a healthy, happy relationship. That's just how it is. Playing hard to get. Okay, this is one of the most counterproductive dating rules out there. Let me tell you why. Confidence is so sexy. Confidence is so sexy to men, to secure men. To secure men, not all men, to secure men. Confidence is sexy. There is something so powerful about being able to tell a man how you feel and not being afraid. I'm going to tell him how I feel. It's not going to take anything away from me. It's not going to make me weak. It's not going to make me less than. Caveat to that though, a couple of things need to be true. He has told you how he feels. He has created a space of security where you can be comfortable being vulnerable, sharing your feelings. He has shown you consistency. He has shown you real commitment. Confidence is attractive, games are not. Not responding to texts, taking 3 days to respond to a text, ignoring calls, playing all these games. That is immature. And speaking from experience, I am someone who used to do this. I used to take confidence as playing games. In my head, playing games, playing hard to get, all of that is what I needed to do. I was the queen. I used to play so many games. Unfortunately, like a lot of you who think that that's what playing hard to get means, that that's what you need to do in order to keep a man interested. No. Real men, men who are serious, men who have things going on in their lives, do not have time for that, and that will turn them off. So do not do that. Be confident. Be honest with how you feel. If the criteria are in place that I mentioned before, you never chase a man. Be confident. Never chase a man. Don't give mixed signals. Be clear about how you feel. Be honest. Be vulnerable. If he has created the space for you to be able to do those things. 2025 is not about playing games, creating an archetype or personality for yourself, just doing all these extra things. So 2025 is all about confidence. It's all about being the best version of ourselves so we attract the best version of the person who is meant for us. So this is going to be your year. This is going to be the year that you find your husband, or if you don't want to get married, your man, your partner, whatever. This is your year. Just get rid of these dating rules. And yeah, you got it. All right, see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe.